Hello there. Welcome back to another stream. And we're back for the second time yet again for Manchester City against Chelsea. And for some reason it thinks it's in the 45th minute. As always, there's a technical glitch in the Stonadge stream. But we're ready to rumble. It's double stream Sunday! Come on, let's go. Man City v Chelsea. We've just come off West Ham beating Leeds United by 3-1, putting a real spanner in Leeds' survival hopes. They would have to beat Tottenham Hotspur on the final day of the season if they are to stay in the Premier League. And even if they do, they may find themselves in the situation that even that is not enough. And that is also relying on Leicester getting a victory at Newcastle as well, which is also a very improbable scenario. But if they do, it looks like it would be the end for Leeds United. Leicester, of course, have West Ham next week as well. In this one, though, Pep Guardiola is ruining everyone's fantasy football. I'm saying everyone, not mine, because I don't play it, but everyone's in terms of everyone else who does in game week 37, and fair play if you still do. I always lose patience with it when I do awfully, and I have done yet again this season. But realistically, we're looking at a team which isn't really involving any of the staple first team players at Manchester City. Realistically, not even the goalkeeper is playing. That's how mental it is. Hey, Spencer as well. Mohamed's here again. Liz and David have come over from the other stream as well. Good to see you both. Ortega, Walker, Akanji, Laporte, Gomez, Lewis, Phillips, Palmer, Mahrez, Foden, Alvarez. What on earth are I seeing in that team? Honestly, looking at the bench, it might be the strongest bench in Premier League history. Like, seriously. And I suppose, realistically, Chelsea have nothing to play for. It's a bit of a nothing game for both teams. Both teams know where they're going to finish effectively. But Aretha Balaga's in goal for Chelsea. Azpilicueta, Fofana, Silva, Chalobah and Hall. With Gallagher, Fernandes and Loftus-Cheek behind Sterling and Havertz in that 5-3-2. Hey again. Oh, come on then, Chicken Master. We love that. We love that, my man. Not working till then. That's a shame, but there we are. At least we got you here, Chicken Master, eh? That's the main thing. Oh, there we go. Hey, Chris, how are we doing? Good to see you, my man. How are you feeling about this game? We didn't actually even do score predictions last time, which is a staple. So, I don't know why I completely forgot about score predictions this one. Isabel. Score prediction.
I think yours is quite good.
Well, you can't copy me.
Okay, fine.
What are you going for?
3-0.
3-0 City or 3-0 Chelsea? 3-0 City, says Izzy. Well, I've gone 2-1 City because I think they've played their shitters, lads. But even their shitters are good enough to finish probably in the top 4 looking at that team. I mean, we're literally seeing Calvin Phillips start a game of football in 2023. What on earth is this? That bench, though, I mean, they'll obviously bring on the likes of Haaland, the Grealish. But you're spoiled for choice there. It's not fair. Oh, man. 5-1 Cheaty, 4-0 City, says Chris and Liz. I think it will be a high-scoring one, but not as high... Well, I said 2-1. Like, I don't know. I think so. Be fine. Southampton now 3-1 down to Brighton in that one. That's basically done. Pascal Gross scored again. He always bags, man. He is an absolute baller, you know. But fair play, Brighton and Hove Albion, yet again another win. But what a bench. What a bench for them there. That's exceptional. Like, absolutely exceptional for City. 3-3 for the laugh, says Dave. I'd love that. I haven't seen City's new jerseys for next year. They have an oil rig on the front. They should. I tell you what, it's quite a nice kit, to be fair. It's a shame, really. But they've won now 3 Premier Leagues in 3 years, Manchester City. And at the end of the day, can't deny how good they are, right? But we also can't deny how they've come to be that good. White Tiger says 0-0. I really hope it's not a 0-0, to be honest. 17-18, City got 100 points to Man United's 81. 98 then to Liverpool's 97. Then 99 Liverpool got to City's 82. Then an 86-point season where they finished ahead of the runners-up United, who only got 71 points that season. That was a terrible season, that COVID season, by the way. And then they got 93 last season, 92. Like, realistically, yes, they do. They are money launderers. We all know that about Manchester City. We have to address it every time. I'm jealous of the way they've spent their money. They've spent a lot, we have to say, but the way the club is run, that club is now set up forever, realistically. Because they're so stable now. They don't have to spend that much money anymore. That's realistically, they can. Of course they can. They can bring in Erling Haaland and pay him whatever. But because they've been set up so perfectly by the City Football Group, they've run it perfectly. A lot of clubs have money, right? Not many have more than this club, but they've run it perfectly. In the way that they wanted to since 2008. And 15 years down the line, they're now on 7 Premier League titles. We had the greatest Premier League title race ever with them, and then Vincent Kompany went out and scored an absolute screamer. Like, they are... My lord, man. Newcastle may be there soon as well. They've got to run the club in the same way that City tried to be honest. They've got to do it in the City way. There's a lot of money in it, yes, of course, but man, it's making me watch this Aston Villa highlights. Stevie! Screw you, Stevie, man. What shirt is abhorrent? Oh, I think he's on about my brother. My brother's on about. My brother's roasted me for my shirt now in one of my photos. Disgusting work. Because I went out on Friday in a shit shirt, and my brother is now having a go at me. I thought he was on about the stream for a second. Absolutely, mate. I forgot about that Villa game. I was at Anfield and I could have seen it, but we never bloody win a title race against these bastards. You said my shirt was abhorrent. No, my other one. In the ones about Yeah. I mean, he's not wrong. Let's see if I can show the guys where they're. I want, guys, your honest thoughts on this shirt, alright? Not this one. Not this one. It's a slightly different one. Let me get a photo up. So, right, lads. I don't know if you'll be able to see this very well, but thoughts? Thoughts, lads? Do I or do I not look like a boss man? You know? Thoughts? Thoughts? I think it's exceptional. But my brother is... The disrespect is on show. And that's fine, you know. Hey, Herschel. Exactly. Oh, what did my sister-in-law have? We had a baby boy, Spencer. We got baby Rowan in the family now. Which I'm really just looking forward to meeting him. I haven't met him yet. Meeting him at the end of this week. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be incredible. It's a brilliant shirt. And it cost me £6. What do you mean burn that shirt? What do you mean burn that shirt, Tom? It's exceptional. It's stunning. Unfortunately, I look awful in the photos with Izzy, which is a...
No, the last two are nice.
I don't look that good. I look better in the other ones. Makes my head look big. Magnum PI called. He wants his shirt back. I don't know who Magnum PI is. But... Lads, I look like a boss man. I'm not having anyone telling me any different. The players are coming out, by the way, for Manchester City, the champions of England. Exactly, Liz. Exactly. Brighton 3-1, full time.
Didn't you spill stuff on it before and it did show?
Not really. No, it's not. It's all good. I don't know who Magnum PI is, no. Are Leeds finished? Probably not. I still think there's a chance they beat Spurs next weekend. I still think there's a huge chance they beat Spurs at the weekend, but being honest, they're just going to have to get their way forward.
Yeah, that's what just happened.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I don't think the census is good, babe.
You lot clearly aren't a fan of my shirts, lads. I think it bangs. I think it bangs hard, personally, but that's...
It's a joke, really.
I got it as a joke, and now I really quite like it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Louis. Appreciate that. It's a show in the 80s with Tom Selleck. Yeah, bruv, look, I don't watch TV. I can't tell you anything. I genuinely don't think I've watched TV in a long time. Like a proper TV. Yeah, but like, I watched a bit of Gogglebox on that. That's amazing. Thank you, Chicken Master. Thank you. See? Thank you. That's the main thing. That's all I wanted. All I wanted was that gratification.
I don't mind it now.
You don't mind it now, but you didn't like it when I first got it. I first got it to wind Izzy up. And, well, to be fair, I can actually see that stain on the shirt on that photo.
That's what I thought, yeah.
So maybe it's match worn. That'll be it. Maybe it's match worn.
I saw it and I looked back and was like, oh shit.
I haven't noticed it
Look back.
the whole time. Have you? Anyway, random conversations, lads. Chelsea lining up in the 3-4-3 or a 5-2-3 as it probably will end up being. Thank you, man. Thank you. I wouldn't get lost in a crowd. Fair fuck. Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Don't watch TV and obviously don't read any fashion magazines. Tom, you're roasting me. You roasted me. You got me. You got me in the mud. But listen, it's football time now, baby. Yes, you do.
Much.
You watch Liverpool games. So, it's a huge chance for these young and also ostracised Manchester City players to really put a show in today. It's a shame, really, because this backup 11 could genuinely probably make moves in the Premier League. It's how good it is. But Pep Guardiola looks on with Rodolfo Borrell and the rest of his assistants, and it will be City to get us underway here at the Etihad Stadium. Can Chelsea cause an upset? It would be intriguing. It would be really quite funny if Chelsea went to City and won. It would pretty much sum up this crazy Premier League season. But City get us underway here. Back at the feet of Stefan Ortega. And he's been definitely an upgrade on... he's definitely been an upgrade on Zach Steffen. Thank you very much. If Dortmund wins today, they'll be top of the league with 1 game to go. Yeah, but there's no way that Dortmund don't mess that up, Football Masterminded. I have no faith in Dortmund. Are Leeds going down, Connor? Yes. Yes. Unfortunately, I think Leeds and Leicester are now going down. But here's a chance for City. Alvarez into Rico Lewis. I'm about to say Gundogan then. I've watched a lot of City this season. I haven't seen much of Rico Lewis. And to be honest, what I have seen, I haven't been too impressed. But he's a young player. And that's what matters. You know, he's got to improve in that regard. And here you go, Chelsea with Conor Gallagher. A team with a lot of talent in it, but not a lot of meat and bone. But an offside flag against Kai Havertz. And that's another man, a real man who, I tell you what, Havertz, he's talented. So talented, Kai Havertz. But there's no real substance there. There's nothing there to grab hold of. And just, like, you know, it's great. It's great to look at. And maybe sometimes it'll produce something. But, my God, there's just not enough of it. Nerves coming to play for the likes of Dortmund. Yeah, absolutely. But Jude Bellingham goes and wins the Bundesliga with Dortmund. What a man. Maybe he'd want to stay at Dortmund then. Who knows? I don't want to get into Bellingham talk again. Please no. Here's Cole Palmer. Gets past Azpilicueta with ease. Palmer with the ball in. It's going to come all the way out to Mahrez. Good turn. Great challenge by Hall. And shot back in. And it's going to be a corner to Manchester City. Wesley Fofana got in the way of a Calvin Phillips effort. Really good from Cole Palmer, actually. Taking a man on and dragging him wide. Easily getting the better of Azpilicueta. And it wasn't a bad ball either across towards Alvarez. And it just came out. It looks like Rico Lewis is playing in that central midfield role, as some expected. So I didn't. But you know what? I would back Leeds to beat Spurs. Weirdly. It's come out. It's a shot. And it's not far away. It's really not that far away from Sergio Gomez. It's a flashed past the Kepa Arrizabalaga post. Manchester City. Good from Loftus-Cheek. There's been rumours of him going to AC Milan this summer. It's quite a good move for him, really. Obviously, linking back up with Tomori. Lewis Hall. Pinged by Thiago Silva. Azpilicueta. Still on it, Azpilicueta. Good from Chelsea, though. They're playing some nice tippy-tappy, nice football. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Brighton have now mathematically sealed a Oh, hello, Chelsea. Hello. Sterling's in there as well. Intercepted. Would be very... Oh, chance for Gallagher. If he can get the shot off, it's well blocked this time. Lewis heads away. Now played out wide for Mahrez. And here goes Manchester City on this right-hand side. Jenski's in here. Super chat gone. They shouldn't be. No, it's still there, bud. Palmer. Good to see you, Jensk, as always, my man. Now Kyle Walker. Man City trying to up the intensity, but Chelsea are the ones who are pressing really, really well, pressing high. Chris has conquered University, now the world. Liz, thank you so much for the $2. I really appreciate that. I don't think I'll conquer the world yet, but I'll take just Cardiff for now. It'll do. Here's Sterling. Over the top for João Felix. Intercepted by Akanji, but it's going to be a foul and a free kick for Chelsea. Works on your phone. There we go. Thank you, Jens. You're freaking legends, lads. Honestly, thank you so, so much. I really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate that. And we are back to regular streaming, and we will have now a Discord coming very, very soon for members. Played over the top now towards Mahrez. Can't get there, and Kepa does well to keep it inside his own box there, to be honest. There's been a lot of interfering between the two goalkeepers. Yes, Chicken Master, that's the way forward. That's the way forward. We love the shirt. We love it. Chip now into Sterling. Well intercepted, though. Mahrez. Now Cole Palmer wide. Cole Palmer for City. Can he take his man on? No, he'll go back. Channel emojis. Yeah, I'll be on those as well. That's on the tick list, Liz. It's on the tick list. Oh, bloody hell, lads. Thank you, Tom. I really appreciate that, mate. Thank you for the 20 Norwegian kroner. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Foden. Wide for Mahrez. Walker wins a corner for Manchester City. Thank you so much for that. Oh, that shirt, Liz. That shirt. Yeah, I kind of see what you see. Maybe I do look a bit like him. That's a good fancy dress costume, I reckon. Joshy boy's back. How are we, mate? Crossed in by City. It's going to be headed away well by Fofana. Foden goes with a volley, and it's not far wide of Kepa Arrizabalaga's post. I've seen a lot of Chelsea this season, I have to say. And I do think Kepa's the better goalkeeper of the two. Mendy never fills me with confidence. At least Kepa, I feel like, distribution-wise, is all right. Lewis Hall back now to Shalabar, back at Thiago Silva's feet. Be interested to see if he stays on at Chelsea next season. No European football, of course. Play back into Kepa. It would be so funny. YouTube in the mud with making people go live without knowing. Am I live without knowing now? I don't think I'm live twice. Brighton officially in Europe, though. What an incredible, incredible achievement from Roberto De Zerbi. And you have to give credit to Graham Potter as well for building the side, but De Zerbi's taking it to a new level. And to get them to finish in the top 7, most likely finish in 6th place. What an achievement for Brighton and Hove Albion. I think you could do something with my picture, like changing it every season or something for you. Oh, mate. Do whatever you want to do. Hey, Granny Dwarf. To be fair, I've come back home and seen that I've gone live randomly, but I haven't clicked going live. So it's so strange. I think it's to do with if you leave OBS on, it sometimes like does it randomly. It's a bit weird, but bit of a high challenge from the captain Kyle Walker, but it is really weird. Tell you what, Enzo Fernandez, right? You can see there's a proper talented footballer in there, but he hasn't been the signing that you would choose for a team in crisis. Fantastic player, gonna be brilliant for Chelsea. I just don't feel like they're ever going to be. He's ever going to do well unless they've got a proper attack in there. But here's Palmer again up against Azpilicueta. He's causing a lot of issues here, Palmer. It's crossed and cleared away. Yeah, we are 100% in the top 6, mate, yeah. Tottenham cannot catch us, I don't believe. Anyway, So Spurs are on 57, Liverpool on 66. We're 100% there. Villa can't get there either. So, yeah, we are 100% in the top 6. So we won't be playing Conference League football. We will be playing Europa League football, but that's fine. That's fine. I like Europa League. I'm down for Europa League though, lads. I'm well up for a couple of Europa League trips next season. I'd love to go abroad and watch us. But at the same time, you see a lot of stories where it doesn't go well, and I don't want to go to a place that isn't safe, realistically. Here's Palmer for City. He's again the man who's causing all the trouble. He's found Alvarez. It's 1-0 City. It's that easy. Julian Alvarez. And Manchester City, after 11 minutes, they might have rotated their team. They might have made about 1 million changes. But the champions are still resolute. And it's all about the ball from Palmer. And Alvarez was never going to miss. Manchester City 1, Chelsea 0. After just 11 minutes in this Premier League fixture. And Chelsea sinking in their London table. Man City 1, Chelsea 0. Go on, mate. Yeah, do whatever you want. It's a ball from Palmer. Beautiful pass for Alvarez. And he was never going to miss from there. He's absolutely clinical, young Julian Alvarez. I say young. He's actually older than Haaland, but... Oh, Chelsea. Julian Alvarez makes it 1-0. Do Liverpool rob for a penalty? Is that the foul on Gakpo? Not the Mings one. Oh, it's a poor ball from Kepa. I said about his distribution. That's a shock of a pass, but Phillips has now played it back to Walker, and they'll rotate now, City. Penalty incident. I know. I think it was a red card on Mings for the foul on Gakpo. And people say, oh, but Jota should have been sent off. Yes, he should have been sent off. But I suppose that's just the way it is. Things go round and roundabouts. But that's just the way it can be and where it should be. Like, you are going to get luck go for you and go against you. But the thing that really wound me up was that, especially, and the penalty. I don't know. We'll see. He did. Things go for you and things go against you, though. I just think there's a lot of. There's not been a lot of luck for Liverpool this season in that way. Previous seasons there has been. And the offside, I'm in two minds. I do think it was accidental. Oh my God, City are so good. Here's Palmer. Can he find the right pass? He cuts inside and finds Lewis. Oh, it's brilliant. Surely, Alvarez blocked. Mahrez, well blocked again. It's really well worked by Manchester City. It's just far too easy for them. Well, that was me. To be honest, I sound better than that. I just think the standard of refereeing this season has been so bad. Mahrez towards the back post. And it goes all the way through. Alvarez couldn't hook it back in. I do think when Guardiola does leave City, City will go downhill. Like, I think it's natural. Like, he is an obsessive coach. Someone who will always make a difference. And he's generational, But I just don't see him leaving for ages now, lads. I think he wants to be going down as better than Fergie. Which is sad, really. People are just tired of him. It's a free kick to Chelsea here. My way, if City do the treble, they'll have more trophies than Chelsea. Really? I mean, to be fair, the way they're going, they're probably going to catch up with Liverpool and United within the next 20 years, probably. Yeah, 4 o'clock kickoff this one. 4 o'clock kickoff this one, Sean, but we're back. To be fair, though, it should get better. I do believe in Howard Webb and his system, but it's going to take a lot of time, and they're going to have to change some of the rules, because the rules don't help either. Loftus-Cheek. Gone out for a City throw-in. Fernandes isn't very happy about it. I do have a feeling that Pep wants that, though, for his ego. I think he might want to stay and win and get City to be up there with some of the best and to build the heritage and be the heritage for City. But I just don't know. I don't know when he's going to leave. And to be honest, oh, that's a bad foul. It's got to be a yellow card for Kai Havertz. It was far too late on Calvin Phillips there. I just have a feeling that that is the sort of thing he will do. Hey, Alex. Hey, Justin. And Cod as well. Some new people in the chat. Good to see you all. Oh, good to see you. You know what? Poor old Saints, man. Poor old Saints, Justin. Bless you. Mohammed, my friend, there is different ways to go about it. And it's because spending money isn't always the answer. It is part of it. You got to spend money right. I'd much rather spend slightly less and get less wrong than spend a lot like United and get it all wrong. Like, realistically, Liverpool are never going to be able to compete with United or City. It's not going to happen. Even Chelsea. Here's Lewis Hall, and he's a free kick to City. It's never going to happen. So, I'd rather do it in the way that's at least keeping the club competitive, because Chelsea did spend a ton, and they'll be in genuine trouble. If they don't start making some money, they're going to have to sell a lot of assets and quick. If they don't get European football next year, they're in serious problems. It was like Thuram from Nice at Liverpool. Young talent. Like, real great player. And a lot of people are trying to turn their nose up at him. Very, very good. Very, very good. But realistically, we've spent 64 million on Nunez, 37 million on Gakpo. Who else did we sign? Kanate before that. I think that obviously we needed midfielders as well. We haven't spent enough, I do agree, but I don't want us to spend like United and spend 80 million on Harry Maguire and 80 million on Anthony, because you set a precedent then. You set a precedent to go down a road like that. Whereas when we spend big, we spend it big on people we think will be very, very well, be successful. I'm not saying Liverpool are skint, but we are compared to City and United. City are fantastic. They are brilliant. Everyone, you just got to look at it. They're brilliant. And I think now this summer we're going to free up a few bits of wages. Obviously, Milner earning a lot of money. Oxlade-Chamberlain looked a lot of money, earned a lot of money. Keita earned a lot of money. Firmino earned a lot of money too. So, again, saving on that regard and get some younger, more hungry talent in now. That's the way you got to do it. Back by Badiashile, and City are piling the pressure on Chelsea here. Out wide, though, to Chalobah. He's lost it to Rico Lewis. City are just so good. This is their B team, and they're pissing on Chelsea. Like, they're taking the piss. How good they are, lads. Like, they're incredible. Good to see you, though, Alex, as well. Where's Lucas? We need to get Lucas back on. I haven't seen him in a while. Do you think Liverpool will compete next season if we get the midfielders? Yes. 100%. Exactly. Like, it's an ATM for the Glazers. But realistically, looking at it now, I still feel like with the way that we performed, in the second half of this season, I'm confident that we'll be in the top 4 next season. Yeah. No way that I don't think we will be, but there's a lot of teams. I don't think Newcastle will adapt that well to Champions League football either. I think we could see them falling into the Europa League. And maybe more. Arsenal, I worry. I worry about it. Lucas is grounded. I think we can compete with City, but it will be tough. I don't think many teams can. If there's anyone that can, it's Liverpool, because Arsenal have proven that realistically they didn't compete with City. They were top for a long time, but that's because they got ahead when City had a bit of a stutter. As soon as City came up against them, they folded. Why is Lucas grounded for? Here's Calvin Phillips. City just are so much better than them. It's actually so funny. I reckon this Chelsea team costs more than double of what this City team's put out though. Like realistically, who's the most expensive player in this City team that they've put out today? Laporte? Or Calvin Phillips? But then I reckon this Chelsea team might be more expensive. That's one for you, David. Here is Laporte. Good turn from Foden. Lewis. Foden. Chance for City. Cole Palmer's in. It's cleared off the line. Really unlucky for Palmer there, and that's a free kick to Manchester, to Chelsea. It's a free kick. Grounded for supporting Spurs, maybe. Bless him. But City all over Chelsea here. The backup boys, the backup brigade of Manchester City, just making it look so easy against a Chelsea side that looks demotivated, tired. I feel sorry for the Chelsea fans who travelled there today, to be honest. I don't see anything. Please repeat that. I said whose team's more expensive today? Foden. Yeah, like the first team, not the squad, the first team. I reckon Chelsea's is more, you know. And they're in what? It's a clear example of how to spend money. City address their problems, they strengthen. They don't buy where they don't need to buy. There's only certain few examples of that, Calvin Phillips being one of them, but then he serves a purpose of being a homegrown player. Here's Foden. And that's why I think they're trading Palmer up as well. And why they spend so much money on Grealish. Here's Palmer. And Rico Lewis as well. I mean, that's an issue Liverpool are going to have to address next season too. Here's Phillips. City just don't even need to try. Left Napoli to win trophies with Chelsea, and then Napoli go win the Scudetto. Yeah, I know. It's a real shitter for Koulibaly. It wouldn't surprise me if he went back there, but to be honest, would they take him? It depends on the future of Kim Min-jae. I think he'll stay at Napoli. To be honest, I think he'd be idiotic to leave there. Especially if United are coming in for him. It's a good turn by Palmer. It's a good challenge. They're all by homegrown players. I believe you need 8 in your 25-man selection, but you don't have to register players under 21. Hey, Jordan. But you can register them to make them homegrown if you wanted. So you need 8. So players trained in England for 3 years before their 21st birthday. Here's Mahrez. Good turn. Can he get past Hall? He can with ease. He plays it back to Akanji. See you later, Chicken Master. Have a good work session, and I'll see you tomorrow, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. City fans doing the... is it the Partisan? I can't remember what it's called. Chance for Chelsea now, though, if they can work this right. It's Kai Havertz. Lewis Hall on this left-hand side. Hall, still got it. Got Havertz behind him, and he runs into space. Instead goes behind to Chalobah. Hall gives it away to Foden. And now played wide to Cole Palmer. Not the greatest of touches by the number 80 for Manchester City. Poznan, that's it. Don't know why I thought Partisan. Same difference, isn't it? Hey, Petrie, by the way. Good to see you, mate. What do I think the future of Calvin Ramsey is? I think he'll definitely get more next season. It was a big, real horrible time for him this campaign with his injuries. When he played against Derby, I think he looked quite good. Granny Dwarf has got gifted a membership by Yensk. Thank you very much, Yensky boy. Appreciate that, my man. And I'm sure Granny Dwarf will love that. And if you do want to become a member, you can do so by clicking a link that I'm going to send in now. I really should just have it in my... I really should just have it ready there, but I just never do. I'm bloody awful. I have to go into my YouTube studio settings. Hit that subscribe button, lads. We're only 6 away from 1.2k, by the way, which is pretty bloody legendary. City are just pissing around, lads. It's so easy for them. So if you click this link, you can become a member. It's a chip! Oh, it's not far away. Really not far away for Phil Foden. Granny Dwarf gets his second month, mate. Big ups to you. Bless ups. So close for Phil Foden to make it 2-0. First team squad, Chelsea, 889 million. So, that is so embarrassing. Thank you, Mohammed. I appreciate that, mate. But we're having a good time with our 1.2k. Am I doing a last day stream? I'm not, Petrie. I'm at a wedding. So I got a lot of... There's so many bloody weddings in my life. I've got a wedding. So unfortunately, I'm away next weekend. But I will be doing some pre-recorded stuff ready to go out. Or maybe even do a quick video while I'm up there on the weekend. But just a little review, see what happens and stuff like that. But... unfortunately not, no. My last watch along of the season, of the league season anyway, will be on Thursday. Man United are playing, I believe, on Thursday against Chelsea. So another Chelsea game. think I've watched more Chelsea games than any other team. I can't lie. I'm pretty sure I've watched more Chelsea than Liverpool. Hey, Hamza, how we doing, bud? Shalabar into... I'm not getting married. I'm not getting married, no. But my cousin is getting married, so we're going up to Yorkshire to see him. Pinged wide across to Lewis Hall. Still Hall. Back into Shalabar. And it's a good play from Chelsea. They've not given up just yet. And they're only one down and Sterling's there. And it's well defended and it's going to be a goal kick. Raheem Sterling, of course, a Manchester City legend. The second top scorer in their history in the Premier League. But fell out of favour with Pep Guardiola last season a little bit. Ederson's got blue hair. Right. Fair enough. It looks like spray dye to me. It doesn't look like actual dye, but Ederson does have blue hair. Stefan Ortega, of course, taking over the duties today. I'm gutted I'm going to miss the Championship playoffs, though. I'm really gutted. I don't really mind, to be honest. I was hoping for one of Coventry or Luton to get promoted, so either one will be good. I'd love to see Coventry back in after all of their real off-field pain the last few years. And they obviously were a big club, played in the Premier League for a lot of the opening seasons, and it'd be good to see. But also Luton Town, their story coming from non-league and playing in that little tin pot ground, Kenilworth Road. Obviously, we're a top-flight team back in the 80s, but haven't played since then. I think I want Coventry to go up. But I won't mind either way, to be honest. I think I want Coventry up. And Rob Edwards Luton, mate, are just the story of that. Watford really have to look at themselves hard in the mirror and say, why on earth did we sack this man? Chelsea out wide with Lewis Hall now. Half an hour in, and being honest, City have just eased off a little bit. It's a foul on Hall by Mahrez. Shayed, good to see you, mate. How are we? Also, a regular feature now, I'm going to look to be scheduling my streams and telling you like when I will be live, especially because we're going to have a Discord soon. I'm going to basically try and schedule my life a little bit more instead of deciding when and where to do what streams as the next one comes. So from next week, I will be scheduling my streams and telling you like when I'll be live, just to make sure that you know and you can plan your lives around it as well. Does help. It's in for Chelsea, though. Sterling! Good save by Ortega. And that would have been a turn up for the books. A Raheem Sterling goal for Chelsea at the Etihad, but it hasn't come through. It's a great ball by Kai Havertz, and Sterling's got to do better with that one. 33 minutes in here. It is Manchester City 1, Chelsea 0. Did I have a good time at the party? I did, my friend. I did. I had a good weekend, and now I'm back and ready on the streaming grind. As always. I say as always. Streamed on Monday. That was it. Don't know what I'm doing. It's a free kick to Chelsea. Free kick to Chelsea. I just sort of zoned out for a second then, lads. That was really weird. I was like, what? Still 1-0 though, here. And Chelsea have a free kick. And they have got back into it. Sterling had an effort well saved by Moreno. And now a free kick is going to be stood over by Fernandes. It's towards the back post. And Thiago Silva can't get there. Big Mac on Liverpool menu. I hope so, man. Subaru. Free kick to Chelsea. Now into Ortega. Back wide to Akanji. And a cross-field ball, but it's going to go all the way out of play for a Chelsea throw-in. You okay? It'll be about 10 minutes. Havertz. Into Hall. That's not a bad ball. Oh, has it gone in? It hasn't gone in. Hall, still going. Good challenge. Loftus-Cheek has picked it up. Now wide to Sterling. Sterling with the ball across and it's cleared away. How have Chelsea not scored? Yeah, at least Bobby scored, lads. Who I signed for replace Fabinho. I'm intrigued to see who Liverpool go after this summer, to be honest. I really am. Because I was really a big fan of Ibrahim Sangare, but it looks like he fancies staying in the Eredivisie with PSV. And it would be steep to try and sign a player like that to replace Fabinho because I think we need someone a little bit younger. And Kefren Turam is someone who I'm very, very intrigued by. How did he not go in? Gallagher's header it was. Who's Chelsea's player of the season? Thiago Silva by an absolute country mile. If it wasn't for Thiago Silva, Chelsea would be relegated. And I'm not even lying. They would be going down. Like, that is how good and important he's been. Without a shadow of a doubt, Thiago Silva. Loftus-Cheek. Towards Hall. It's gone out. I don't like, unless they're a player like Hakpo, who are so astronomically clear, and you can tell because they're so good for their national teams as well, of their players in their league. Eredivisie players are hit and miss as fuck. Great day for United fans, yeah, absolutely. It's mental. United have only scored 50 goals this season, though. They're going to finish top four, and fair play. It's been a really good season for United. I don't think they, in many other seasons, would have got top four. I think it's been a bit of a strange Premier League season, it has to be said, but you got to give the credit to them. They've won the games that they've needed to. They might get a double under their belt. It's a fantastic season for them. I don't think they will win the FA Cup, by the way. I think City are just so good. But yeah, I don't know where I'd want. I don't know where I'd want to play. To find some sort of replacement for Fabinho. I think now with this new system, he's actually looked okay. To be fair. Cleared away by Kepa. Sterling holds it up. It's well won though. I think if Chelsea invest well, they could probably mount a top four challenge next season with Pochettino. I think it's going to take a while though. A bit like with Spurs, I think it's going to take a while. He did well in his first season. He was bad yesterday, to be fair. Bajcetic is obviously someone who will be there and in and around. I think he'll play that role very, very well. But we do need someone in there. I think Bajcetic and Morton will both be first-team players next season. And I'm happy with that, but we need two more for me in that position. For me, that one of them has to be McAllister. And he would be playing more where Gakpo's playing right now. And then you put in, in terms of that, when they play all four up front, not as how he played yesterday. It's good though. We've got options. We have got options. I've been saying it all along, Tom, that I think we need two midfielders. I don't think Pochettino was ever ready to, and ever the sort of manager to manage a PSG. I call him the Argentine Brendan Rodgers, right? Like, he's very, very good with a certain level of club. And I don't think it can be, tarnished Brendan Rodgers' job at Leicester. The fact he got them to finish 5th in 2 seasons. I know they bottled top 4 both times, but they should have done well better in the Conference League as well, to be fair. I think we'll get 2. And I've said that the whole time. I'd rather we get 2. I would rather invest in a centre-back to cover Kanate as well, because I do worry about his injuries if he's playing that right centre-back role where he has to cover Trent a lot. I also don't really back Matip that much anymore. I don't think we need 3. I think if we got 3, I'd be okay with that. But we have got Bajcetic, who is literally Henderson replacement, I think, and Morton is very good as well. Will do. Here's Koulibaly, who clears away. Well won by Akanji. And City have really sort of taken their foot off the gas in this one. Chelsea have come through forward a few times now, but they're on the way forward again. Jurgen Timber would be absolutely brilliant. And I say like I don't like players from the Eredivisie, but like Hakpo, he is by far and away above the best player in his team, and he plays for Holland. So, and also has the relationship with Van Dijk already. The issue is he's 5'10". I actually think Robertson has been quite decent recently. And it's a new role, obviously. I think he can. But Timber for me is perfect. But City are just toying with Chelsea right now. Challenge from Azpilicueta. It's now into Akanji. Played in behind. It's a good ball for Alvarez. Alvarez up against Fofana. Come back to Calvin Phillips, who takes the shot. It's a rocket, but it's wide. Calvin Phillips very, very nearly picks out the top corner. It's a rocket of an effort from the former Leeds man, but actually it does slice further away from the goal than I actually anticipated. It wasn't anywhere near the top bins. I thought it was. I thought it was for a bit, but it's not. Played into... Oh, it's poor from Chelsea. It's a free kick, surely. No? It's not been given as one. And I'm very much down for Jones and Elliott in midfield next year. Well, maybe pushing Elliott into a more forward position. But I like Harvey centre mid as well. But not in our new system. Yeah, let's hit that like button, as David has so politely said. Bloody lovely David. The GOAT. Here's Foden. It's crazy to think he doesn't start every game for City now. It's a deep cross. Kepa does really, really well, though. What a player he is, and he just doesn't play every game. Like that for me is crazy. I just karate kicked my light. That for me is crazy, because I think he's so good, Foden. He's a bit of a twat, a bit of a knob, but like... At the end of the day, it's just the way it is. He's just a brilliant footballer. Oh my lord. Chelsea, I worry, man. Any point looking at a new right back? Timber can play right back, he can play centre back. You want someone versatile. I'm down. I just wonder how much he would cost. But to be fair, Ajax haven't had a good campaign. Like, let's be real. They haven't been good. But Man United have been interested in him for ages. We know that. He's only 21 years old. And whenever he plays, I could sing Timber by Kesha. Only 1 minute of added time. Here's Lewis Hall. But at 21, so already played 83 games in the league for Ajax. 119 overall. Consistently there and thereabouts. 15 games for the Dutch national team as well. What a player. Enzo Fernandez fouled, and it's very nearly half time. But there is one last opportunity for Chelsea here. Can they nick something before? Oh, Laporte's hair's blue as well. This would be perfect Reece James territory. But he is unfortunately injured. He's had a real tough campaign this year. See you later, Mohammed. Catch you soon, my man. Get on with that work, my man, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bless ups to you, my friend. Who's over this? Havertz, Fernandes, Thiago Silva. But this will be a turn up for the books if this goes in. Fernandes is over it. But it is going to be Kai Havertz. It's blocked and deflected. It could come to Sterling. And it's over the bar and it's wide. It's a big chance for Sterling. It's going to be a corner, in fact. Lewis isn't happy about it. He did get the final touch, though, before Raheem Sterling. And it is a corner for Chelsea. Will there be one last opportunity? Lewis Hall will take it. It's well won, but again, out of play. And that will be it for half-time. Manchester City lead by a goal to 0. We thought it would be a bit more of a rout than this, but I did say I turned my I just held back my my little I held back it, and I went for 2-1 as my prediction, and I think it's been a bit about right. Chelsea have hit the post through Conor Gallagher. They've been quite good actually at certain points, but defending for the first goal, it was all about City. Cole Palmer, unbelievable, brilliant work. To find Julian Alvarez. He was never going to miss from there. And it is Manchester City 1, Chelsea 0 at halftime. I need to change this to 1.19k, by the way, lads. Let's go. Let's go. So, who do we think then, guys? I'm going to put a poll in the chat before Izzy comes up. I want to see everyone who you think is going to get relegated out of the two. I'm going to start that poll. So I'm going to go relegated. And I'm going to wait till the end of half time. So, I'm going to go Leeds, Leicester, Leeds, Everton, Leicester, Everton. Who's going to get relegated? I'm going to ask that when I come back up. I'm not going to add another option. That's all I want. There we go. Who's getting relegated, lads? We're getting a poll. Isabel! Izzy, you're wanted. You're wanted. A City playing a weakened team. Yeah, they're literally, Shayad, their bench might be the strongest bench I've ever seen of any team ever. Like, and I mean ever. The bench is Diaz, Stones, Gundogan, Haaland, Grealish, Rodri, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva and Edison. That's an incredible bench. Anyway, I am going to leave you in the capable hands of Isabel. I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea. And yeah.
I'm baking again.
You're baking. You're making the muffins. Isabel's baking. Master baking.
Aren't you lot spoiled? Hello, everyone. Oh, he's done a poll. Oh, fair enough. I was going to say Everton's in every single one. They're not, but so. I'm back. Sorry, COD. I feel like I joined at a weird time. I feel like there's more context needed. Banana muffins again, Liz. About the third time in about a month, but they're really nice. So I did, Shayad. I did. Hope you're well. It's nice to see you. Yeah, very relaxed. Good company. As I said, sun's out. We're enjoying it over here, so that's the main thing. Hi, Spencer. Sorry, David. Sorry. If I could share them across the screen, I would. I've literally just started, but yeah, I'm sorry. Just, yeah, no, that's not going to help the hungriness. I was going to say, imagine you can smell them, but that'd be mean. Sorry. Oh, Leeds and Leicester was my prediction, to be fair, about relegated, thinking of that poll that Chris shared. So we shall see. Leeds, Everton. Interesting results. We shall see. It's so weird watching yourself back, like, because obviously there's a probably a delay on what's going out and what's staying in. As in, like, what I'm saying is taking a couple seconds to get to you guys, so I can see myself in the top left corner, and it's very bizarre. It's like, oh shit, I'm not speaking now, but it's getting to you guys then and there. So it's a weird concept, but oh well, technology, it baffles us all. Oh, that's a good question. That is a good question. I mean, we share most of the responsibility. I mean, washing we do ourselves, like, individually most of the time, but cooking we share mainly. To be fair, we said that we want to kind of get more on top of it, because when we're moving in September, the big supermarket's literally down the road, so we can't really avoid it. So we said that we'd start. We do plan to an extent, but I think Chris said he wants to get more on top of that, so I'd be up for that. So I didn't realise it was 12 minutes in. I was up here still when that first goal went in, I'm pretty sure. Okay, Chris. But yeah, that's baffling. But as well, Liz, I'm not the breadwinner. I mean, both got jobs. I mean, depends, I don't know what I'm talking about. My thoughts on Google Maps. It's a useful tool, COD. I'll give you that. It's a very useful tool. My dad's an avid actual map reader, whereas I am not. So I use it more often than I need to. It's useful, to be fair, when I'm traveling somewhere and I know where I'm going, but I can get a rough ETA then as well. Exactly, Liz. I think that's the main reasoning. I think, to be fair, just if it helps in the future. Thanks, Jens. Can't tell if that's a backhanded compliment, but who knows. Nice to see you anyway. Yeah, I talk with my hands. I mean, I'm not now because I'm trying to stop myself, but I'm guessing that's what you're referring to. But who knows for this chat, honestly. What's going on with everyone's lives, I suppose. Oh, I'm sorry, Shahid. I'm sorry. We are, Liz. I mean, as I said in the previous stream, Chris is going home for a couple months just till our next property is available, because there's a bit of a gap in accommodation, due to the place that we've signed up to well, I say signed up to, where we're living. So it's just easier for him to go home because he's so close. So I'll be staying in Cardiff just because I work on the outskirts. Probably could go back home, but it's a little bit further to travel in, so. Apparently, I don't think so, David. I mean, my mum's adopted, but we knew what father's heritage was, so. I don't know what to say, Alex. Chris is better than me, and obviously I've got to wait for the stream to come in. But I've got Irish and Scottish and English in me to be technical, David. But who knows? I was asked if I was Spanish at my other workplace, and then also when I was a child, because I'm a dark hair and I've got dark arm hair, they used to call me Turkish baby when I was born in London. So who knows? Maybe there is a bit of Italian there somewhere, but. Yeah, gotta give it time, Alex. God, I'm learning the ropes still. Like, before I'd, talk and talk and talk. But, I'd run out of topics. So I've got to wait till you guys interact to know what to talk about, mainly. I mean, I should probably know more, because, as I said. Oh, well. Thanks, David. It is what it is. I mean, yeah. Appreciate that. I mean, the fun fact of that is that my mum's real father is Crilly. So for those that have watched Father Ted, which Chris still hasn't, as we all know, which is still shocking, then it's my claim to fame that my grandfather, who I never, unfortunately, oh, thanks, Liz. My grandfather, who I never got to meet, was a Crilly, so. What are you on about, James? What? Street bread. I'm so confused, Jans. What? I'm so confused. I think that poll... Oh, yeah, more people voted. That's why that poll's gone up. Your poll's gone up again.
Huh?
Your poll's gone up again.
Up again?
I'm quite good at that, Alex, so... As in your poll.
What do you mean what poll?
The relegated one.
Yeah, well, he's always up.
Liz asked if you're going to be contributing to chores more than I'm the breadwinner of the family.
Fuck off.
I know. I said we both do.
We're both pretty good.
Yeah, I said we both contribute, and we said that we're going to plan more coming in the future when you're back in Cardiff. So, he's back upstairs. He's doing his chores now, actually. He's putting his washing out. So, and I've got some washing on now. So, it's no one else's home, so we get dibs on the washing machine. Oh, Liz, that's a good question. I mean, there you go. You still need to watch it, David. I'm probably gonna. We said way back when, I don't know if you remember one of the Anfield Agenda streams, we said that we'd get him to like do a watch along of it or something. Yeah.
I ain't fucking watching it. I'm not doing it.
Stubborn bastard. Anyway, favorite thing to do in the weather. Oh, I mean, we did go for brunch the other day, but careful. With our housemates. Liz is asking what my favourite thing to do in the nicer weather. I mean, I can't handle the heat that much. That's the thing. As I said, the fair complexion doesn't help with the sun. The thing is, I burn, then I tan, but I can't handle too much heat. So, Switzerland's going to be interesting. Let's just say that. But I'm looking forward to it. It's a new place I haven't just been to. I think I've flown over. I'm trying to remember. No, I've flown over a different part of the Alps, I think, but I'm very much looking forward to it. As I said, new country with Chris and his family, who are very good to me, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Where is anyone else going on holiday this year? I think we briefly talked about it the other day, or where is your dream destination if you're not going on holiday? Or answer both, up to you guys. Spoil me. How's it only 5 o'clock?
I have no idea, man. It feels like so much later.
I know. Oh.
Thank goodness I have you, man.
You're what? What do you mean? Oh, wait.
I said thank goodness I have you so I can do my washing.
Oh, you're welcome. Where's my share of the money then?
No chance, mate.
What? Are you okay? Is banana muffins my contribution, is it?
Yeah.
Are you sick of them yet?
No.
You hesitated.
No, I'm not.
Okay, if I could learn a recipe for something, what would you want me to make?
Oh no, like Michelin star steak.
Yeah, I can't do that. Jesus Christ, yeah. Oh, that's confusing, Jens. But I can understand that as well. I mean, I think Chris said when he was really young, he was in Switzerland and you walked through snow, was it? The video we watched.
Yeah.
That was baffling. But, oh well. Climate change, people. I would love to see it. But also, where you're located probably contributes as well. But, you know, oh well. Oh, that's lovely, Liz. I was wondering where your daughter lived. She said the other week for your for Mother's Day that she wasn't with you, so I was wondering where she was living. So that's lovely. Yeah, COD. I'm not gonna make those. No, I'm not gonna be making those. He said wacky leaf brownies.
Yes, please.
No.
I don't condone it. I do not condone anything.
I know you like sticky toffee pudding, so I can make muffin forms of those maybe. Chris? Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'm not a big fan of sticky toffee pudding though. I don't know what what's my go-to dessert. I think my go-to dessert, if I had to pick one, at the moment it does change because I got a sweet tooth. Apple crumble, possibly. Chris's grand's one's really good, but now that it's summer, she won't be making it as much, which is really sad. But there was a lot of good desserts at the event we went to last night as well. So it was like a barbecue buffet. And then it was like, I say picky bits, like, you know, that's such English phrases. Different, it was mainly like pastries yesterday for the pudding. So it was like donuts, that's not really a pastry, but you know what I mean. Eclairs, popcorn, they're Tangfastics, which Chris, I'm surprised you didn't have any, to be fair.
I wasn't fancy picking it out of the pub.
Why is there a guy in a green suit running and a slightly larger man? And I'm so confused. Did someone, oh, it was a race. Okay, I was very confused with that. They were just showing us. Oh, that's a shout, Liz. That's a shout. I've made them once before, but they took like hours because you've got to leave them to prove and everything. But I do at some point want to remake them. Cinnamon rolls, Chris? Mm-hmm. You're not a big fan on cinnamon, are you? There's a little bit of cinnamon in these muffins I'm making, but it's not overpowering either. But it, you know, that's a shout, Liz. I mean, one of the ways I could cheat making it is, was it pre-made pastry and stuff, and then just add the cinnamon butter, or I'll find a way. I do want to make them at some point. What are you looking for? Ooh. Okay, Liz, we'll add that to the list of places then. Should we go to Austin, Chris? Should we go to Austin, Texas?
What's a polar bear doing in Arlington, Texas?
Shahid's asked what is, because there's apparently a lot of art and music, apparently. Shahid's asking out your favourite dish. See, we were just discussing this earlier, because, as I said, we got a wedding on Saturday, and I said I'm pretty sure Chris's his go-to meal, like, you know, starter, main, and dessert, is what he'd have for his wedding meal. He would have it as that, like, wedding breakfast. But also, he'd probably have it as his death row meal. So it's very similar. Players are coming back on now, by the way. But I'm not going to say that because he's not hearing. But yeah. So for starters, Shahid, he likes, Chris, you can correct me if I'm wrong, mozzarella and tomatoes with basil. With thingy. By the way, the players are coming back on the pitch.
Oh, nice.
And then for main steak with.
I wouldn't be able to afford steak for a wedding, though. Can you? Budge.
Yep, steak, and then for his pudding is sticky toppings. So that was went too quick.
I'm sorry.
What was my hair doing? Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
All right, Chris is back.
Yeah, we're starting the second half now. So.
There you go.
Christ Almighty, lads.
I was sticking to that chair. How are you? Like, the legs not.
Blimey. Give the girl the stardom. What is she like, eh? What is she like? Bloody adorable. Bless her. Cleared away. And it is still, of course, Manchester City 1, Chelsea 0. It's going to be... I think Chelsea might nick something here, lads. I think they might. I don't know. I've got this little sneaky suspicion. This little sneaky feeling. What is she like? Are you talking about? We'll end that. There we go. We'll end that. Huh? I'm saying I've just got a sneaky feeling Chelsea might nick something. I didn't say anything about you. I didn't. Cleared away by Chelsea and brought down by Loftus-Cheek. Still driving forward here, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Azpilicueta can't get past his man. Who's getting promoted in League 2? I'd say Carlisle. I think they got past Bradford, and Bradford are obviously a huge club at that level. So yeah, definitely them. I'd say Carlisle. I'd like to see it. I mean, Northumberland doesn't really have much representation in terms of football, so something different, and they're certainly intriguing. I love the playoffs, man. That Peterborough-Sheffield Wednesday game, oh my God. Incredible. Should be handball against Sterling. It's not going to be given so. Walker will play it back. If anyone watched that Sheffield Wednesday game, incredible, wasn't it? You think Donny? Big up Donny. Doncaster. I'd like to see Stockport go up as well, though, to be fair. I mean, Donny are in 18th, but they have now got Grant McCann, so maybe next season they'll get promoted, but we'll have a Gab Sutton on. I'm thinking of getting some guests on, starting doing some StreamYard streams as well, which should be good. Played wide into Alvarez. He can't do much more with that. But he can flick on for Palmer. It's going to be well intercepted by Shalabar. And off goes Ruben Loftus-Cheek again for Chelsea driving forward. Still Loftus-Cheek. And again, he's done really well here, Loftus-Cheek. Gallagher. Got a man over and it's Havertz. He plays it behind him. It's a poor ball from Gallagher. Havertz into Conor Gallagher again. And he's been brought down. There's nothing given. And nothing will be given because Cole Palmer will play it away to Foden. He will find Phillips and play it back to Stefan Ortega Moreno. But Chelsea, that was really good from Loftus-Cheek. Chelsea are starting to come into this one. Obviously the changes are going to make a difference, and City will make changes and bring players on. But I'm happy, very happy. I'm happy that we're actually getting a game out of this, rather than just a dull of dishwater easy City win, which I thought was going to come through. Played wide. Rico Lewis. Rebounds to Alvarez, who turns inside, finds Rico Lewis. Foden comes back to Alvarez. Back at Foden's feet again. Now Palmer. Palmer's got Foden behind him. Still Palmer. Still Palmer. And still. And still. Now finds Phillips. Good challenge. But Chelsea can break now with Sterling. Got 4-on-4 here. If they play this right, Chelsea, got a real chance. Sterling now wide for Gallagher. Hall with a shot, and it's not a bad effort from the Chelsea youngster, but I'll tell you what, he's shown a lot more in his games for Chelsea than the likes of Mudryk, of João Felix. Maybe just bringing through the young players maybe wasn't the worst idea. One of their best. I'll see you later, Liz. See you soon. Big up to you. Empty seats as per usual, says Matty. Darwin Núñez? What about Darwin Núñez, cuz? Darwin Núñez. I love that man. Foden. Out wide again. Alvarez slips. Fofana. Faux passes to Gallagher. Now Felix. Not Felix. Havertz, sorry. Sterling. Augsburg down to 10 against Dortmund. What's the score in that one? Come on, Dortmund. Please win the Bundesliga. That's Felix Udowiecki was sent off. But a win for Dortmund here now. Surely they can't mess this up. Surely they can't mess this up, lads. Please, Dortmund. It would be so Dortmund to draw. Free kick for Chelsea, though. With Enzo Fernandez will take it. So not a bad header from Chalobah, but it just couldn't direct it. I hope so. I really hope Dortmund win the league. And then we can finally say, is the Premier League more of a farmers' league than the Bundesliga now? Is it a one-team league? Is it a one-team league now? Are we saying the Premier League's a one-team league now? 4 Premier Leagues in 5 years? Is it a one-team league? It's a question for you, lads. What do you think? Is the Premier League a one-team league? Chance now for Phillips. They work this right, City. It's just a poor pass. They're nowhere near as good as City, though. It's a brilliant turn from Fernandez, but there's no one forward for Chelsea. It's just 6 midfielders. There's no one there. Fernandez is so frustrated. Loftus-Cheek. Look, I don't think like the Premier League's it's not a one-team league, right? Being honest, but because we're good, like Liverpool are very good. We are, like, at the end of the day, we've had an awful season, but we're still good. Arsenal have challenged somewhat. They've sort of breathed down City's neck a little bit, but as soon as City had an advantage, they took it. Are we saying Arsenal crumbled at Anfield? That's what happened, yeah? We should have won that game, by the way. I'm still fuming about that. If we'd have won that game, we'd be more involved in this top 4 race. Be a point behind instead of 3, but that's just the way it is, man. If they didn't exist, we wouldn't be as good as we are, as good as we were. But they are also a massive hindrance to that. I'd even say we're still the closest thing to stopping City, which sounds a bit mental. But seriously, can you see any other team being able to stop them? Seriously? The only way we know that Liverpool can do it is because they've done it before. That's the only way we know. Havertz, it's a mistake by City. Sterling. The passing is just so poor for Chelsea. It's Walcott. Arsenal haven't challenged City. This is the biggest issue, right? They haven't challenged them because as soon as City came anywhere near them, they fell. They crumbled. They didn't go toe-to-toe with them for 6 months. And City winning 20 games in a row, what have you. Like, as soon as City started winning in this season, it immediately changed. Here comes John Stones for City. It's a first change of the 90 for the super bench. John Stones will be happy he's getting on. I think he's probably one of the weaker players on that bench. Chipped over the top, but Mahrez won't get there. Surprised we're not seeing a forward come on, to be honest. I think City have been a little bit disjointed in this second half. Yeah, the only team I ever see stopping City is Liverpool under Pep Guardiola, because he just doesn't know how to deal with Anfield. He never has. He only ever won at Anfield in that in that season where there was no fans. That's the only time he's ever won at Anfield. Like, he can't deal with it. And I still think he's jealous of that. He still wants that. He wants that for City. And to be fair, the City fans this season have been better, I have to say. But he will never be able to create the culture and history that Liverpool Football Club have, because he won't be at Man City for 100 years. He's going to do his best, though, and that's why I don't think he'll leave for a long, long time. Thoughts on Alexis McAllister? I think he's an absolute baller, and I think he's pretty much perfect for our system now. Hey, Amari. Good to see you, mate. I really hope so, Amari. I'm really, really hoping so. It'll be brilliant to see. Crossed in and header and off the post for Manchester City. So close to making it 2-0. I think it was John Stones' first touch. Foden and Palmer just intercepted there by Chelsea. And here they go with Sterling. Still Raheem Sterling. Got Fernandes in behind. He's got Lewis Hall wide. Still Lewis Hall. Still Lewis Hall! Good save! Rebounds and cleared away. Good effort by the Chelsea wingback again. And he is someone who they really, really need to keep hold of in this team. He's a good player. He's attacking. He's confident. The whole footballing world is behind them. Here's Loftus-Cheek. In behind for Sterling. He's easily dispossessed by Laporte. This time. And Manchester City will play away with ease. 10 men, though, with Augsburg have now. So it is a man advantage for Dortmund. But it sounds like the most Dortmund thing to just draw. Here's Cole Palmer for City, and he slips over. Been several slips on that left-hand side today. There was one earlier from Alvarez too. Havertz. Played wide into Sterling for Chelsea. Lewis Hall across, and that's well read by Ortega Moreno. Here comes Erling Haaland, getting a good reception from the Manchester City fans. Of course he is. He scored the exact same amount of goals as Chelsea have this season. How embarrassing is that? And there is Alf-Inge Haaland, his father. A legend. Not as much as his son probably is in these parts anymore, but he's certainly a well-received figure at Manchester City. Chance now for Foden to get him behind. Played wide to Palmer. Palmer for City. Still Palmer. Step overs. Galore. Nutmegs the man. Well cleared away by Chalobah. It's been all City this second half, though. In the last 5-10 minutes, it has been anyway. Am I staying for the trophy? Absolutely not, Amari. I've seen it enough now. I've seen it enough times in my life. I can't watch any more Man City trophies. The funny thing is, Alvarez is actually older than Haaland. That is so long. Why have they signed those two absolute world beaters? Why wasn't anyone else in for Julian Alvarez? It totally baffles me, actually, how City basically had a free run at him. Why weren't Liverpool involved in that? Or anyone, really? Foden. To Phillips. Walcott. It's just so easy for them to manoeuvre them around. I can't stay for another trophy lift, man. I've seen too much City wins. Laporte. Chelsea players, there's no press. There's nothing. No pressing from Chelsea and depressing to watch. It's just so easy for City. They start the second half off really quite well, and since they're just standing off, the energy just isn't there. And now City getting into a bit of change of gear now with Alvarez. Well intercepted. I tell you what, Loftus-Cheek and Lewis Hall have been the only two positive shining lights for Chelsea today. But here's Raheem Sterling. Can he make himself one? 6 Premier League goals this season. Sterling with a shot. Straight at Ortega. It was actually, I think it was Calvin Phillips who had the header. I thought it was John Stones. Bayern Munich need a rebuild. Yeah, they certainly do, and it is a transitional season for them, obviously. It's starting to look a bit of a poor decision to sack Julian Nagelsmann, though. They were absolutely disposed of by Man City, though, weren't they? It was actually like they were so just destroyed, as were Real Madrid. It shows how good they are. They destroyed Real Madrid in the Champions League. Do you know how difficult that is? Do you know how many clubs have tried and failed to do that against this football club? It's Pep's Man City, mate. Honestly. And to be honest, I can't see anything else but a dispatching of Inter Milan in the final, unfortunately. But we're going to have to hope that Simone Inzaghi and his players can come through and win it for another historical club in the Champions League. Phillips. Laporte. Cleared away by Sergio Gomez. All the way back to Kepa Arrizabalaga in his own net. There's Ilkay Gundogan on the side for... Oh, hello! Sterling! Turns! Surely Sterling! Ah, it's off the line! Should be 1-1. Manchester City is saved by John Stones. Yet again clearing off the line. It would have been really tight on the offside as well. Almost reminiscent of the goal he scored against City for Liverpool all those years ago, back in 2014. Ortega got a big touch on it and Stones was able to clear off the line. And it's so nearly 1-1, and Chelsea would not have deserved that. .25 to go here in this Premier League fixture, and Manchester City still leading by a 1-0, and they could have a second here, but they can't work it well with Foden and Alvarez. Well won, though, this time by Manu. Well, it was in fact by Calvin Phillips, who had a very good game, it has to be said. Stones. Surely a foul. It is a foul on Sergio Gomez. It's going to be a yellow card, in fact. Enzo Fernandez will get it. You just have a feeling that Enzo Fernandez might regret going from Benfica to Chelsea. It was Conor Gallagher who's getting the yellow card, not Enzo Fernandez. But they booked Fernandez anyway. But Gallagher fouled him. I have no idea. It looked like a Gallagher foul to me anyway. Played wide into Cole Palmer. And City just taking the piss here, lads. Honestly, Phillips in behind. Chance, if he can control it well. Riyad Mahrez is offside. An offside flag against the Algerian. And Noni Madueke and Mikhailo Mudryk are coming on for Chelsea. Two of their probably more big future signings. It's the first Premier League start this season for Calvin Phillips. Do you know how mental that is? It's May, and he costs 60 million. Do you know how nuts that is, lads? Gutting, lads. For Calvin Phillips. But he'll be happy. He's got a Premier League trophy. But surely he's got to leave. Surely he's got to leave. That is crazy. Wait, so hold up. Man City are able to spend 60 million quid on a player and not play him till May. What? Really? Really? This is the world we live in, lads. Played over the top and it's poorly headed away and Alvarez is in. It's finished, but it's a foul by Alvarez. Well finished in the end, but Alvarez just a little shove on Wesley Fofana. And Alvarez, he squared it well for Mahrez, but for me it was a foul. It's a silly, cynical foul, really. Here comes Conor Gallagher. He's off, as is Raheem Sterling, who won't get his goal. And coming on is £110 million worth of Chelsea signing. Noni Madueke and Mikhailo Mudryk. Of course, both wingers signed in January. Madueke from PSV, Mudryk from Shakhtar Donetsk. Two players with immense talent that haven't clicked yet. But Madueke has had a few really decent games in the Chelsea shirt. Mudryk, not so much. Here is Madueke. Taking his man on. It's a good ball to Havertz. Easy for Ortega in the end. Pep Guardiola isn't going to make these substitutions, you know. He's brought on Stones. Probably the weakest player on the bench. And that's how good his bench is, by the way. And that is it. Do you reckon he's actually not going to make a substitution, lads? I don't think he will. Mason Mount to Liverpool, my thoughts. I feel like Pochettino will try and keep him at Chelsea. I don't feel like he is. Oh, hello. I feel like he's someone who could really do well under Pochettino. A bit like, obviously they're very different personalities, different people, but I feel like Dele Alli, very similar sort of vein. What are you doing? What's that? What's that? What is it?
What's it?
I'm not going to eat any. Batter. It's batter. You're giving me batter.
Cake batter.
Well, that is quite nice, actually.
Mm.
That is quite.
Huh?
That is actually really quite nice.
You
Yeah, no.
You only see something the other week, not in that sense.
Here's John Stones. Yeah, Loftus-Cheek to AC Milan as well. There's a lot of players who will leave Chelsea this summer. There has to be a clear out, but they also have to reinvest because realistically, they have to sell players for big money too. Realistically, Mount is probably the most sellable asset they've got that isn't crucial to them, unless Pochettino views it as he is crucial to them. I don't think he's quite a poor man's CJ Cod. He's a pretty good footballer, but... Oh, it's a brilliant ball by Ortega, and it's Mahrez. Surely for City, Alvarez scores. They're appealing for a foul, but it's that easy for City. They don't even need to celebrate. Julian Alvarez scores for Manchester City, his second. And they are waltzing their way to a Premier League title. Haaland's getting ready now as well. So that's exactly the side that Chelsea will want to see. Michael Oliver will be having a chat with VAR on this one. It's very similar actually to the sort of foul, but I don't think this one is a foul, if I'm being honest. Oh, it's a handball. It could be a handball, this. Oh, yeah, that's handball. That's handball. Has to be handball. Absolutely has to be handball. Mahrez moved his arm forward. That's handball. No way they're giving it. Oh, Michael Oliver's going to the VAR. That's handball. 100%. Not even a question. No goal for City. There was no celebration really from Julian Alvarez. I think he knew. I think Riyad Mahrez knew. I think Manchester City knew, but 100% handball for me. City readying Erling Braut Haaland now. He's going to come on for Riyad Mahrez. That substitution's still going to happen. What a player he is. Both of these players, for different reasons. Erling Haaland comes on. It's not the sight that Chelsea would want to see. Do you reckon he can add to his 36 game total? Come on then. I actually reckon Haaland will definitely score. There's no way he's not scoring. There's actually no way. He's got 52 goals in an English top division in all competitions. Only 11 behind Dixie Dean's record ever. Like, that's a record we didn't think would ever be beaten. He's getting close to it. Oh, Haaland's in. Haaland shoots. He gets it across, and it wasn't a shoot. It was a cross, and it really should have been a goal for City. Who was it? Rico Lewis was just on the end of it. He really should have made it two. You flashed across the goal. Oh, Lewis has to get there. I think that's I don't know whether that's a shot or a cross. I think that's a cross from Haaland. I think that's deliberate. It should have been 2-0 City. But Chelsea can go up the other end now with Noni Madueke. Madueke still going here for Chelsea. That's a ball into Mudryk. Mikhailo Mudryk deflected into the hands of Ortega, and it's that easy. It's actually mental. Haaland cost less than Mudryk. I mean, he definitely cost a lot more. You know, the fees, the official transfer fee was a lot less, but out to play for a Chelsea throw-in. $15 minutes to go here, though. Is there any opportunity for Chelsea? I thought there might have been a sniff. Now Haaland's on. Maybe not. And Havertz looking to get him behind, and it was a foul anyway by the German, and a free kick to Manchester City, just about 20 yards out from their 6 yard from their box. Rodri and De Bruyne are coming on as well. Like it could get any easier for Chelsea. Realistically, Kaid to go to the... Who's Kaid? It's this easy. It's this easy, really, lads. Like, seriously, they're just too good. It's not fair. Why are they so good? Here they come again. Summer Walker. Now Alvarez. It's just so easy for Manchester City. Sometimes I sit and wonder, you know, what life would be like if they didn't exist. Foden to Alvarez to Foden. Phil Foden doesn't start for these lot. It's not fair. I've seen loads of Arsenal fans say they want Arteta out. How stupid can you be? Alvarez! Oh, and it was nearly a bit of a mistake from Kepa, but luckily he was there before Haaland sniffed it. How dumb are people to want Arteta sacked? And they have to be so stupid. Like, seriously. People actually losing their heads. Arsenal fans, man. He's literally got you to finish second in the league. Do you know how mental that is for Arsenal in 2023? Arsenal were a finished football club, playing Europa League football and less than recently, before Mikel Arteta showed up and changed the game. Do I think he's God's gift, like maybe some people do? No. Do I think he's a very, very talented manager and coach? Absolutely. Potentially, David, I know, but they're playing 13 minutes of football. Probably the three most important players for Manchester City. I think some people may disagree with that, but I certainly think so. I think those three are the best in their positions in the world. I think people actually are so mental. Why are people like that? They've crumbled, yes. Crossed in, headed away. They all want Don Carlo. Seriously? I've seen some people say they want Simeone as well. You've got to be mental, lads. Madueke looking for Havertz. He can't find him. Good for Ortega. I'm not a fan of a goalkeeper wearing the number 18 shirt, by the way. That's a little bit weird. Haaland to Phillips. To Rico Lewis. And now back out to Phil Foden. Philip. Havertz to go back to the Bundesliga. Maybe. Can see Bayern maybe being interested. And maybe Dortmund too. Maybe even Leverkusen, the club, of course, that made him. I think he'd be very, very good back there. I always said, when he was in the Bundesliga, he was the one I wanted to replace Firmino, Kai Havertz. Maybe. I'd see, David, I wanted them to win the league a lot until they started piping up after the Liverpool game. And then after that, I was just like, right, you deserve to lose. You deserve it. You deserve it all, because if you genuinely think you could even step to the Liverpool teams of 17, 18 even, 18, 19, of 18, 19, 19, 20 and 21, 22, you're waffling. Here's Madueke. Still going here. He's drilled it across, and he's where all the danger's coming through for Chelsea. Lewis Hall can't quite get there. It's a good challenge by Kyle Walker. But Madueke is causing all the danger. Why is Guardiola kneeling down? He really thinks he's the main character, doesn't he? Koulibaly. And I believe, I'm not too sure who that is. Is this? Oh, it's Chukwuemeka. I genuinely wanted Havertz and Werner. 2020 summer, I really wanted Havertz and Werner. Here comes Carney Chukwuemeka. Came through at Aston Villa, of course. Then signed by Chelsea. Hasn't really been a consistent run of games as he maybe would have expected under Frank Lampard, but maybe Chelsea can go out with less than a whimper here. Here he is. He's probably someone you want to bring. I think Crystal Palace might have a little word to say with Carney Chukwuemeka, I think. Until they started piping up and like going at Liverpool fans, I was like, you know what, lads? That's Piliqueta. We're in behind. It's just too hard there for Kai Havertz. 10 minutes to go here too for Manchester City. Foden, good interception. Played well there by Chelsea. And Fernandes looks for Madueke. It's too hard again. Everything's just too hard, too soft. Never the right, just never Goldilocks for Chelsea. It's never Goldilocks. Guardiola looks concerned. Seriously, there's a player there in Madueke I feel like Chelsea should be building their team around. He looks so good. Madueke and Mudryk. I do think Mudryk will be a really, really good player for them in the future, but it just went to the wrong team at the wrong time, unfortunately. And he's someone who's been really exciting, yes, for Ukraine and for Shakhtar, but the move came too big at too soon for the young man, and I don't know. I don't know whether there's some of these players who might go out on loan. Like 80 million players might go out on loan. Like that's how crazy it is. Haaland's in behind here. It's well defended in the end by Kalidou Koulibaly. It's a Manchester City corner. At least Liverpool won the Community Shield, lads. Havertz. And De Bruyne is there. It's just so easy for City, man. There's 7 minutes left of this. You could just... I reckon they'll probably win 2-0 now, and it'll just be the easiest thing ever. I mean, I haven't really even seen... It's all just been light blue, all in light blue. And Chelsea have had their moments, but it never really seemed, even when the big chances came around, that they would score them. That chance for Sterling, I just had no confidence in him scoring whatsoever. And City, every time they go forward, they look like they're going to score. It was an aura thing. I'm sorry, David. I'm sorry, man. It's ultra depresso, isn't it? Newcastle could confirm the top four. They absolutely could. Tomorrow, live here on the channel, Newcastle against Leicester. Start going at 7:30. I'll be live right here on the channel. And here comes Christian Pulisic. To be fair, though, Shayad, I'm pretty happy we didn't, considering how they worked out at Chelsea. Frank Lampard watches on as his former club. Both of his former clubs in the Premier League, 2 of them anyway, play out. And another Premier League trophy. Play back now for Manchester City at the feet of Calvin Phillips. What a game he's had. He's probably been the best player on the field for City. De Bruyne. Still De Bruyne, good challenge. That's got to be a corner, it is. Five to go, and I think City are just easing their way through. Tell you what, if Inter win the champ, I would much rather. Would you guys rather Everton get relegated or Inter win the Champions League? That's a really hard question, because I've almost resigned myself to City winning it now. But Haaland heads across. Phillips is there. He's going to come back for Rico Lewis. Back for Alvarez. Come through for... Just trying to see who it is. He's come back out for Alvarez. He skied it. Julian Alvarez very nearly making it 2. Yeah, but the thing is, lads, I've almost given up with City now. I don't want them to make me angry anymore. But I genuinely think I would go on a pit up if Inter won the Champions League. Here's Calvin Phillips. Rodri. Come on. Please, just Chelsea, just stop being so bad. Like, I don't know what Frank Lampard can really take from this performance. From any of their performances this season, they're just a total flop and embarrassment of a football club right now. No strategy, no nothing. There's just nothing there about them anymore. They're going to lose Azpilicueta in the summer, one of their biggest leaders. They're going to lose. They're going to lose everything, really. City, man. Ultimate depresso, lads. And to be honest, it's been a boring second half. How likely, percentage-wise, guys, would you say that Inter would win the Champions League? I'm going 10. Like, I think City are literally 90% going to win that trophy. The only thing that's stopping, they're giving Foden man of the match. It's got to be Phillips. Yeah, Frank is done as a manager, man. Frank is done as a manager in England for a while now. Unless he goes abroad, goes to America, does what Rooney's done. I don't see it ever working for him again now. It's been a bit of an embarrassing section of his career in this. Fernandes. Foul by Alvarez and free kick for Chelsea. I've gone 10%. 1-0 Dortmund. Come on, get in. At least Dortmund might win the Bundesliga. They're gonna bottle it though, aren't they? I don't see Inter doing anything. If I'm being honest. I really like Simone Inzaghi. I really like the job he's done there. I really like the fact that he's getting the best out of Lautaro Martinez. But I just don't know. I love Nicola Borrero as well. You guys know how much I love him. Here's Chukwuemeka though for Chelsea. Could they nick an unlikely point? Lewis Hall! Well over the bar. And it's his third shot of the game. It was Mudryk, in fact. Shows how much I've been paying attention. Sebastian Aller as well. Incredible. Good to see. Chelsea have created some chances. It just, as I said, it's not seeming like it's ever going to go in. The champions of England, Manchester City, go into their final few minutes at the Etihad. Ilkay Gundogan will be the man to lift the trophy, and it might be the last he will lift in a City shirt. Who knows how many they'll win out of the rest of this campaign. Here's Rico Lewis. 3 minutes added on. That shows how much... There's not really been anything in this game that's been controversial, or nothing's really changed. It's just been a constant mire of City domination. This is it for Chelsea. This is the end. And for City, it may only be the beginning of what is a fabulous treble. The treble. The one that no one ever thought the noisy neighbours would win. There's only one part of the triad completed so far, so you never know. But it just seems so overwhelmingly likely that Pep and his boys will do it. Unfortunately. Here's Madueke. Basically, Sean, yeah. And Pep Guardiola, I think, made a decent decision in rotating his players because these players have a point to prove. Do the others? Not really. The only thing Haaland needs to do is score more goals. I mean, he could do that without trying anyway. Madueke. Chipped in behind for Mudryk. And he's tried to raise it for... it just doesn't connect. I certainly bloody will, David. That's one positive today. We've seen a West Ham win over Leeds, which pretty much doesn't guarantee, but certainly helps Everton stay safe. You got Discord yet? No, that will be coming on Tuesday, Jordan. That's a Tuesday job. I'm going to get on that on Tuesday, so I'll be there then. And we will get the Discord going. The only way you can do get into Discord, though, is by becoming a member of the channel. If you become a member, then you get into the Discord. And I might let Izzy in. I won't have to ask Izzy to become a member. Here's Rico Lewis with the throw. I would be very surprised if Manchester United won that FA Cup final. Like, seriously, very surprised. They're just nowhere near good enough. City will steamroller them. Fernandes. Havertz gets it across. Oh, it's a huge chance for Azpilicueta, and he very, very nearly equalised at the last kick of the game, and Phil Foden was the man defending at the back post. And somehow, Chelsea very nearly came away from the Etihad with a point on their final day. It was that close. It's a corner now for Chelsea. Right high. Oh! It was Chalobah who rose highest. Oh, I thought he got there. I thought there was a dramatic ending to what has been an absolutely tiresomely boring game. And Ortega sends the players forward. And that is it. Manchester City are champions and have won in front of their home fans on the final day against a pitiful Chelsea. It was Julian Alvarez was the man who scored it. And there's a pitch invasion. Oh, grow up. They're getting the players off the field. There's a pitch invasion. Oh dear. City fans disgracing themselves there, unfortunately. But that is it. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you tomorrow for Leicester against Newcastle. Hit that subscribe button, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.